The Smalltalk-80 programming system provides a graphical, interactive approach to object-oriented programming. It includes a standard set of techniques with which the user can explore and develop Smalltalk-80 class descriptions. Various kinds of information can be viewed on the display. At the top of the display screen, we see an area or window that is displaying text. To the left is a window displaying a graphical image. Below that, we see some information that is displayed in a more structured fashion using lists of words called menus. There is another window with graphical information in it. This window is partially obscured. Windows can overlap one another, much like pieces of paper overlap one another on a desk. The mouse, seen in the lower right-hand portion of the picture, is a pointing device that moves a cursor around the display screen. It has 3 buttons on it. One button is used to select information. A window is selected by moving the cursor inside of it and pressing the first mouse button. A selected window displays above other windows, much like placing a piece of paper on top of a stack on a desk. Information in the window can be selected using this first mouse button. The selected information can be changed. Here, selected text is displayed as white characters on a black background. The selected text is replaced by typing on the keyboard. By pressing a second mouse button, a menu of editing commands appears. Here, the command Cut is chosen to remove the selected text. Windows have identification labels. To save display space, a window can be collapsed so that only the label appears. By pressing the third mouse button, a menu of window commands appears. Choose the command Collapse. To see the window information again, the command Frame is chosen. There are 2 other windows already collapsed. Choose one. Frame this window. It contains useful Smalltalk-80 information and expressions. A special menu at the left of the window allows us to scroll the information that appears. Smalltalk-80 expressions can be selected and evaluated in order to obtain new information. To evaluate the expression Time Now, select it. Press the second mouse button and select the command Print It. Text from one window can be copied to another window. Choose the command Copy to place a copy of the selected text into an invisible buffer. Select another window. Choose the command Paste to insert the buffered text. Of course, the expression could have been typed and evaluated in this second window. Returning to the more structured window, we see that menus appear as a part of the window. Parts of a window can be dependent on one another. Here, which menu appears in one subpart depends on the selection in an adjacent menu. The text that appears in the bottom subpart depends on the sequence of selections. Graphical images can also be edited. Halftones serve as paint that can be spread on the image. The menu for this editor is already on the screen below the image. The items in the menu are small pictures that depict different halftones, different painting options, and different ways of mixing images. Here we use black tone, block drawing, and complementing to modify the image. Windows, menus, scrolling, and selection with a cursor make up the primitive components of the Smalltalk-80 programming interface. Browsers are windows used to find information. System browsers are used to find information about Smalltalk-80 classes and instances. They are used to modify existing class descriptions and to create new class descriptions. Class descriptions often contain examples of how to use them. Class Pen includes an example of how to use an instance of Pen to draw designs. Smalltalk-80 classes and messages are grouped together into categories for the purposes of retrieval. Notice that whenever the cursor is inside a browser part, a scrolling menu appears. Find Class Pen by choosing the category Graphics Primitives in the Class Category menu of the system browser. The adjacent menu then displays names of classes categorized as graphics primitives, including class pen. By choosing pen in the class names menu, the adjacent protocol menu shows categories of messages. Choose the browser menu item instance to find messages that can be sent to instances of the class pen. Choose the item class to find messages that can be sent to the class pen itself. Now choose the protocol examples. The adjacent message selector menu displays the messages to class pen categorized under examples. Choose the message Draw Spiral. The text part of the browser shows the source code for the method Draw Spiral. The method is made up of 4 parts: the message pattern, a comment about the message, the declaration of temporary variables, and the expressions that implement the message. Here, the comment includes a Smalltalk-80 expression. Select the expression, press the second mouse button to obtain a menu, and choose the menu command Do It. This evaluates the expression. The message Draw Spiral is sent to pen to produce the graphical effect. This graphical effect appeared inside the browser. Move the cursor outside the browser. Now erase the design by reselecting the browser. There are a variety of ways to find out about the expressions in a method. The editing menu for methods includes the command Explain. Select a token in the expressions. Here we have selected the token Self. Choose the command Explain. The star by the cursor indicates that computing the response takes time. An explanation that Self is a reference to the receiver of the message is inserted into the text. Select a different token, the message selector Under. Choose the command Explain. An explanation that Under is a message selector that is defined in 2 classes, Standard System Controller and Form class, is inserted. Each variable name, literal constant, and syntactic entity can be selected and explained by the system. To erase the inserted explanations, choose the menu command Cancel. This restores the text to its state prior to our making any changes. Each part of the system browser has its own menu of commands obtained by pressing the second mouse button. We have already seen the editing menu in the text part. Each of the menu parts provides commands for saving or printing the class descriptions. Commands in the category menu support adding, renaming, and removing categories. Commands in the class names menu give access to information about the selected class. Choose the command Comment to obtain a description of the use of the class. It says, pens can scribble on the screen, drawing and printing at any angle. Choose command Definition to see the name of the superclass and the name of any instance class or pooled variables. Pen's superclass is named BitBlit. Pen has 4 instance variables that describe its frame, position, direction, and write state. Suppose you want to find all methods in the system that refer to one of the instance variables, such as location. Choose command inst_var_refs. A menu appears. It contains names of all the instance variables declared in Pen and in its superclasses. Choose location. You now designate a rectangular area in which a new browser is displayed. This browser contains the set of messages whose methods refer to the variable location. Choose the message Go to see its method. Notice that a use of location is automatically selected. Close the browser using the menu obtained by pressing the third mouse button. You can find similar reference information about class variables. Also, you can find all methods in the system that reference the class itself. Choose the command class_refs. Create a new rectangular area. Another message set browser is displayed. Choose the message Make Star. Notice that the use of the class is automatically selected. Close the message set browser. Select the protocol Moving in the class Pen. Commands in the protocol menu support adding, renaming, and removing protocols. Select the message Go. Commands in the message menu provide dynamic cross-referencing of the messages throughout the system. Choose the command Senders to find all methods in the system that send Go. A message set browser is created as before. Close this browser. Choose the command Implementers to find all classes and methods that implement the selected message. Only one class implements Go, class Pen. Choose the command Messages to find all the messages sent in a method. A menu of message selectors appears. In the implementation of Go, 7 different messages are sent. Choose the message Plus to obtain a message set browser for all the messages that implement it. The classes that implement Plus are the numeric ones, as we might expect. Select the method implemented in class number. By reading the comment, you learn something about the intended behavior of the original method. Notice that these same commands, senders, implementers, and messages, appear in the menu for a message set browser. This allows you to follow the chain of cross-references dynamically. Each menu in the system browser includes the command spawn. Choosing this command creates a browser that restricts access to information in the system. For example, choosing spawn in the class names menu creates a browser for the selected class only. In addition, choosing the command spawn hierarchy in this menu creates a browser for the selected class, its superclasses, and its subclasses. We have now seen several ways to find information about existing class descriptions: system browsers, examples in class descriptions, comments in a method, explanations about tokens in a method, comments about a class, and dynamic cross-referencing. The system browser is also used to modify existing class descriptions. As a very simple example, we will change the draw spiral method in class Pen. First, browse to the draw spiral method. Notice that the method includes the expression BIC mask form gray. This expression is used to set the color of the pen. Select the token gray and replace it with the token black. Choose the command Accept from the menu obtained by pressing the second mouse button. The changed method is compiled and then automatically linked into the system. Test this new definition for draw spiral. The design is in black rather than gray. Erase the design. Now let's change the pen so that it is 2 pixels wide rather than 4. Choose the command Accept. Try this new definition. Another use of the system browser is to create new class descriptions. We will add a class that models a simple household budget. This class is entirely new to the system. It will go into a new class category. In the menu in the class category part of the browser, choose the command Add Category. A new window called a prompter appears to request the name of the new category. Type the name Finances. Choose the menu item Accept. The new category name is added to the menu and is automatically selected. In the text part of the browser, a template for adding a new class definition appears. Templates are one of the ways in which the system tries to help you remember what to do and how to do it. Edit the template to define the class Financial History. Financial History is defined as a subclass of Object. It has 3 instance variables: cash on hand, income, and expenditures. It has no class variables and no pooled variables. Choose Accept to add the class to the system. The class name, Financial History, is added to the Class Names menu. The first message to add to the class Financial History is an instance creation message. In the menu in the Protocol part of the browser, choose the command Add Protocol. A prompter appears to request the protocol name. Type the name Instance Creation and choose the command Accept. The protocol is added to the Protocol menu and a template for a method appears in the text part of the browser. Edit the method template to define the message Initial Balance. The argument name is Amount. Add the comment Create a Financial History with Amount as the initial balance, and now add the expression Return super new set balance amount. The result of evaluating this expression is to return a new instance of financial history that sets its initial balance to amount. Choose the command accept to compile the new method. In trying to compile the method, the system sees the word set balance for the first time. Because it is a new word, the system thinks this may be a spelling error. A menu of choices for dealing with such errors appears. Since this is not really an error, but just a message we have not yet defined, choose the command proceed as is. The method definition is compiled and linked into the system. Now we will add the definition of the message set balance. It will be a message to an instance of class financial history. It will be in a protocol named private. By convention, private protocol consists of messages sent from an object to itself. Define set balance with argument amount in order to initialize the instance variables. First, assign amount to cash on hand. Income and expenditures are new dictionaries. Accept this new definition. Oops, dictionary has been misspelled. A menu appears because the system does not recognize the misspelled word. Choose the command correct it to call on the system spelling corrector. The system thinks it should be corrected to dictionary. A menu called a confirmer appears to ask whether the correction is acceptable. Choose yes in the confirmer. Notice that the incorrect spelling in the method text is replaced and the message is successfully compiled and added to class financial history. To check out the new class description, create an instance of financial history by evaluating the expression financial history, initial balance, 450, inspect. We can type the expression in the text part of the browser. Select the expression and choose the command do it. Every object in the Smalltalk-80 system responds to the message inspect by creating a browser on the internal state of the object. This browser is called an inspector. Here the inspector looks at the new instance of financial history. The left part is a menu of the instance variable names. In the right part, text can be displayed. Choose one of the instance variable names in the menu, such as cash on hand. A description of the value of that variable is displayed in the text part. We see that cash on hand has been properly set to 450. Choose income and then expenditures. Both are empty dictionaries. We have seen some examples of the way Smalltalk-80 system browsers are used: to find information about existing class descriptions, to modify existing class descriptions, and to create new class descriptions.